Hello everyone, I hope everyone's doing well, I hope everyone's alright. Now guys, before we get into this video, I want to let you know that this, right here, me looking like a 5-year-old, is on accident. Now you might be asking yourself, how does someone shave their beard on accident? And I will let you know about this story. I went to the bathroom and I remember setting the machine on the right number. And I started shaving and I was out of this world thinking about how good of a trader I am. Look at this Monday GBP AUD trade. Oh my god, I'm so good. I'm such a good trader. I'm the best trader in the world. And I was looking at the mirror and shaving and I suddenly realized that I have more white on my face than I would usually have. And I looked at the machine again and I realized that I actually made the mistake of setting the machine on the wrong number, so I had to continue shaving. This is what happened. Now since you're going to tolerate that, I'm going to be doing a giveaway of $1,000. No, I'm joking. Like, guys, do you realize this? All the other traders on YouTube watching me right now are like, we had to choose. We had to choose either to be a profitable trader or to be handsome. And this guy gets both? Like, this isn't fair. And I know it isn't. So I'm blessing this platform with my looks and with my trading, so you're welcome. Now in all seriousness guys, the reason I'm doing this video is to answer all your questions. I did a Q&A session a few days ago on Instagram where I told you to ask me a few questions and then I dipped. And I didn't answer any of the questions. So because I did that, I'm making it up to you by answering all the questions here. So let's get into it. So, first question. Do the charts tell us what the news will be? And guys, before a news announcement, usually, let's say that right now the USA will be announcing the interest rate, which is really interesting for everyone, and everyone is looking out for this news. If you look at the charts, you will see liquidity engineering in one of the two directions. And usually, regardless of what the news results are, this liquidity will be grabbed. The market will be manipulated and the liquidity will be grabbed. If the news is positive, for example, and the US dollar is supposed to go through to the upside and we have liquidity to the downside, what will happen is that you'll see the market go down a little bit, liquidate a few traders, and then go through to the upside. And if the liquidity is to the upside and we have positive news in the US, then you'll see the market just go straight up into this liquidity and take it out. So usually what happens if you look at the news and you try to backtest it and see what's happening, liquidity is being engineered on one of two sides of the market, and as soon as the news is announced, this liquidity is grabbed. So, or even before, like it can happen during the day, but on news day, this is what I mean, the liquidity is usually grabbed. Now guys, I'm a technical trader. I'm not a fundamentalist, I've never relied on fundamentals, and I'm not saying that relying on fundamentals is wrong. I'm not saying that if you rely on the news or you read the news or you try to understand the news to understand the direction of the market, I'm not saying this is wrong. I know a lot of traders personally who are profitable, who look at the news, who try to understand what's happening when it comes, of course, I'm talking about interest and inflation. I'm not talking about every single small news on the economic calendar. I'm talking about the big news like interest, inflation, OPEC raising the oil prices, which will introduce more inflation, all that stuff. I know a lot of people who look into it and they analyze it before doing their market analysis, and they're profitable doing this. Me personally, I'm a technical trader. All the fundamental information that I receive, I actually receive from my friends traders. That's it. They're profitable themselves and they send me like, oh, did you know that OPEC raised oil prices? And then I make the link. Okay, they raised oil prices, which means more inflation, which means more interest, which means the US dollar is going up. For example, this is a previous analysis that I announced here on YouTube and on Instagram. But me personally, I don't go around reading fundamentals. I don't sit down during the night at 8 p.m. like everyone else and I watch the news and I see what's happening in the world. I don't do this, and you might be profitable doing it, but for me personally, I was able to reach this far without doing this stuff. All I use the news for is knowing that there is a news. That's it. For example, I know that tomorrow, for example, the interest rate will be announced, and therefore I know that volatility and volume is going to exist, and therefore I'm going to be safer trading this day. Regardless of the news outcome, I don't read much into it, but I just know that, okay, there's going to be news, there's going to be liquidity engineering, and there's going to be liquidity grabbing. That's all I care about. I don't read much into the news. I'm not saying that that's a bad idea, as I said. You might be profitable doing it. Me personally, I didn't get here doing this. All right, guys? So, just to answer the question in a direct manner, do the charts tell us what the news will be? As I said, before news announcements, you'll usually see the banks, financial institution, whoever you believe is manipulating the market, if you believe in manipulation, you'll see them try to convince traders to enter in some direction. You'll see them from the trend lines, for the double tops, double bottoms all over the place, from the order blocks. You'll see that there's scenarios that are too good to be true. Like a trend line is being respected to the exact point, along with a double bottom, along with an order block. You'll see them try to convince traders to enter in a certain direction, which is usually a big giveaway. Now, if that isn't happening, if you don't see it as clear as day, then you can simply walk away. There's always the news, there's always the new pairs, there's always the new days to manipulate and liquidate. So you can just ignore it for today if you don't see it. All right, guys? So, second question, in terms of building a track record to get private investors, what is a healthy capital to start with? Guys, right now I am considered to be an investor. I am looking for traders to invest in, and I will tell you right now, I don't care about the amount of money that you have in your account. I care about the numbers in terms of percentages. This is all I care about. If you're going 30% in drawdown to make that 10% profit that you're talking about, I'm not going to deal with you. If you're making healthy profits, 3, 4, 5%, even if you have $1,000 or $5,000 and this is like small money, you're considering it to be small money, I don't care. I'm not looking at the number. I'm looking at the percentages. I'm looking how healthy of a trader you are. Are you improvising? Is massive risk being taken on the account? Is massive drawdown being printed on the account? This is the numbers that I'm looking for. Are you consistently profitable? How long have you been trading? 1 year, 2 years? Those are all the numbers that I'm looking at. I'm not looking at the exact like money number in the account. No one cares about that because eventually they're going to give you their money to trade with. So they don't care how much money you have. So the capital that you have, it doesn't matter. Focus on being a healthy trader. Trade your $1,000 account as if you have $1 million account. This is how you gain an investor. The third question, when will you stop trading in December due to low volume? Guys, when it comes to December, a lot of traders try to stop trading due to low volume. However, you wouldn't know if your strategy works as it's intended to work in December unless you try to do so. So for all the beginner traders, just continue trading and verify whether your strategy works good on low volume. You don't know that. Maybe your strategy works the best on low volume. What if December is your best month ever because your strategy works perfectly for low volume? So continue trading because you still don't know these results. For me personally, I continue trading as I would normally. Right now my trading has gone down a little bit, not because of low volume in the market, but because it's December, it's the holidays, everyone is taking days off and I'm trying to enjoy the time with the people around me, do a touristic tour around France, see the Christmas decorations and all this shit. So my trading is going down a little bit, but not because of low volume. Last week I took 3 trades and 3 of them were profitable. So I got a 100% win rate last week in December. So December isn't this monster, guys, and you should check your strategy, whether it works best in December or not. Maybe it does, and you wouldn't know that unless you try to do so. Backtest December, forward test December, and you'd know the answer to that question. Okay, fourth question about leaving the chart when the trade is going. What about scalpers? So I advise everyone, guys, to always leave the charts, not watch your trade when it's playing out, not watch this MetaTrader number when it's fluctuating between profits, between the green and the red, and you're looking at this number go up and down and you feel these emotions like you want to intervene and do something. I always advise people not to watch the charts as it's a waste of time. First, why are you watching it? Whatever is going to happen is going to happen either ways. So instead of wasting time, go to the gym, work on another business. This is usually my advice. Now, when it comes to scalping, it's one of those disadvantages that you have to accept. The advantages of scalping over day trading is that with scalping, you will get more entries per day. This is logical as everything is happening on a lower time frame and everything is happening so fast, so you will get more entries than day trading. The disadvantage is that you'll have to sit more time in front of the charts than day trading, because at the end of the day, if you want to manage your trade, for example, you want to take partial profits, trail your stop loss, everything is happening so fast, so it's not worth it to walk away. You're going to keep being in front of your computer to just manage your partial profits and trail your stop loss and all that. For me personally, I tried scalping and I was profitable scalping. However, it always put me in a bad mood. Because imagine, for example, working for 2-3 hours, you're analyzing the charts, you're trying to spot that entry, you're seeing everything on the 1 minute time frame, trying to enter all that stuff, and at the end of the day you don't receive an entry after 3 hours of work. I feel like I've wasted 3 hours of my day. I didn't make any money, and it usually made me very frustrated. And even when managing the trade, if I got an entry and I'm sitting down, I'm managing it, I will still feel these emotions that come from fluctuations. However, as I said, those are the disadvantages in scalping that you have to accept if you want to be a scalper. Now, for me personally, I never called scalping a scam. I never called scalping and said like, it doesn't work, all these scalpers are scammers, I don't know how they do it. I didn't say this. I just took the L. I know it's not for me. I know it puts me in a bad mood. I know I'm emotional when I'm scalping, and I transitioned into day trading. As simple as that. Right now, when I'm day trading, I wake up every day in the morning for 30 to 45 minutes. I analyze the charts, I analyze up to 10 pairs, and I place my buy and sell limits, and I walk away. So I don't feel any emotions. I don't feel tired after I finish day trading. I feel like full energy. I feel like I still have a lot of energy to give out during my day and do a lot of work. So it puts me in a good mood, and it's good for me. So this is what worked out for me. Day trading worked out for me, scalping didn't. So you need to choose yours. Just see how it fits into your routine. See what you feel more comfortable with. Do you feel more comfortable analyzing the charts for 45 minutes, setting your sell and buy limits and walking away? Or do you feel more comfortable sitting down for hours in front of the charts, trying to spot an entry, and once you do, you manage the trade, you finish trading, and you walk away? Like there is no open trades, there is no nothing. Like your trading account is done for the day. Because with day trading, of course, when you choose to walk away, you're choosing also to accept the fact that you're going to go on about your daily business, do something else, while you have a trade open on your phone and you're not looking at it. So you're going to have to accept this, and I think this is healthier. For me, this is what I believe, and you have to see what works for you. Why did you select trading as a career? Now guys, I have this belief, and I truly have it in my heart, deep down. I believe that whatever industry I choose, whether I choose to launch a social media agency, whether I choose to launch an e-commerce brand, whether I choose to launch a social media mentorship, whether I choose to launch any business that I choose to launch, I will succeed in it. No matter what I do. I have this belief, and I truly believe it in my heart. The reason why I chose trading is not for the money. And a lot of you guys, I do these mentorship applications interviews, and I ask you, why did you choose trading? And a lot of you guys say, like, I know there's money, I know this is a big opportunity, and there's money in it, and there's money everywhere. Money is not only tied to trading. There's money in every business, and you have to look at what you actually like and choose to pursue it. This is the advantages that we have in our day and age today, is that you can choose anything and pursue it. Because we have the internet and we have all this stuff, and you can get access to all information that you want to gain access to. So the reason why I personally chose trading is because of the freedom that comes with trading. All I need, guys, for trading is this piece of equipment right there. This is all I need. I travel, I carry my laptop with me, I'm fine. I'm trading, my work isn't affected, not 1%. So the freedom that comes with trading, I really like it. And now you might say that, okay, but if you launch any other business, at some point you will hire employees and you can manage your business from anywhere that you want in the world. For example, if you have a media agency, you just hire the people that go and film and do the ads and do all this stuff, and you just tell them what to do wherever you are in the world. And I'd say, yes, that's correct. Of course, Jeff Bezos isn't sitting down and filling customer orders. He has employees to do this. However, you reach that stage far along in your life. You reach the stage of having employees that take care of your business far along in your business. It's a very advanced stage to reach. When it comes to trading, as soon as you receive your first funded account, your first $100,000, which costs you a $500 challenge, guys, when you receive your first $100,000 account, you gain that freedom. You start gaining that freedom. When we talk about $200,000, $300,000, you can see where that is going. And this is not very advanced. A trader who's trading a $200,000 account is not the best trader ever, or he's been working for 20 years. No, like, new traders 6 months to a year in the industry, they're getting these type of accounts and they're gaining their freedom. So it comes really sooner than other businesses, which for me personally, I really liked, and it served me well. And it also gave me freedom of time, because now I analyze the market for 30 to 45 minutes every single morning. And then let's say I manage for 30 minutes, the trades, partial profits, all that stuff. Let's say it takes me 1 hour and a half every single day to trade, place my trades and make some profits. And that's not a lot of time working, guys. I understand the privilege that I'm living in, and I'm very, very grateful for it. And I'm glad I chose this as a career. That sounds like I'm promoting trading. However, I'm just telling you the advantages and the disadvantages of like trading versus other careers in my case. Did you ever quit trading, and why? First of all, I don't like how that question is formulated, because with that why in the end, you're assuming I am a quitter and I did quit trading. You've asked the question like you already know the answer. Did you ever quit trading? Of course. Why did you quit it? So the question should be formulated something like, Mr. Roy, I know you have infinite wisdom and that you would never quit. However, maybe when you were 5 years old, before you've gained all this information that you have today, maybe back then you quit trading. If you did, why did you do it? Then that would be an acceptable question. And yes, guys, I quit trading before. I did quit trading before. And the reason why I quit trading before is because there's multiple reasons actually. I feel like it deserves a video on its own, and I will do it in the future if I remember to do so. However, the first reason I ever quit trading, the first time I ever quit trading, I quit it because I was just wondering if it's a safe job. That's it. I was always wondering myself, if I had kids and I had a wife, for example, and I'm providing for my family, will my strategy ever fail? And then I would not be able to provide for the people I want to provide for. And can that ever happen while I have so many responsibilities? And that was the first time I quit. But then once I analyzed, once I really thought about it, the first thing that I thought about is, if you can do it once, guys, you can do it again. So if you learn a trading strategy and your mindset is good enough for you to trade in a healthy way, to risk only 0.5%, to journal, to backtest, to optimize, to do all the work required to maintain profitability, for example, for 5 years, if you can do it once, then you can do it again. That's the first thought that I ever had, and it actually made me very comfortable knowing this, because yeah, I built my strategy, I optimized it, I backtested it, I am a healthy trader, I risk 0.5% per trade, and my investors are happy, and my results are good, and I never improvise, I never feel emotional about trading. All these characteristics, you have to understand that 90% of traders, this is why we have a really high failure rate in the industry. So 90% of traders don't trade this way. They are emotional, they cry about their trade, they risk 0.5% for the first trade, and then once they lose it, they want to make this money back, so they risk 2%, and then they lose that one, and they want to make everything back, so they risk 4%, and you'll see a lot of improvisation. So if you're capable of just maintaining your emotional state, being a healthy trader, risking only 0.5%, journaling, backtesting, optimizing, putting everything in an Excel sheet, doing all this stuff, you've already are far ahead 80% of traders. You're already in the top 20% if you do this. So it's actually easier than you think. Just everyone is too lazy. So this is why it has a very high failure rate. Okay, so if you can do it once, you can do it again. Okay, the number two thing is, if you keep optimizing, your strategy will never fail. Okay, so let's say you have a strategy right now, and at some point it will underperform. If you keep optimizing, even when you're profitable, even on your highest months, you sit down and you're like, okay, what mistakes did I do this month? If you keep doing this, you'll always be ahead of time. So you will never reach this point where your strategy suddenly turns into a not very profitable strategy, because you're always optimizing, you always have your hand in it, and you're fixing it and all that stuff. So if you keep doing this, and guys, I do this all the time. Like in 2020, it was my best year ever when it comes to trading. And I remember in December, I was celebrating with the investors and we were all very happy about the results. And as soon as I finished celebrating, I went home, I turned up my monitor and I sat down and I started optimizing, I started analyzing, okay, what were my mistakes for this year? What were my mistakes for the past 3 months? What can I do better? I started asking myself these questions even on my best year ever in trading. So guys, you have to keep optimizing. The final thing that I want to say is that the reason why I keep optimizing, the reason why during COVID I had my best year ever, I celebrated with the investors, and then I went back home and I optimized and I analyzed and I saw what I did wrong this year, is because I love building systems. I'm not in love with the money that comes from trading. Of course, that's a huge bonus. Of course, I love it, but I'm not in love with it. What I'm in love with is building systems, not the money. The money comes because I am passionate and I love building systems no matter what my results are. This is what you should fall in love with. You shouldn't fall in love with, oh, okay, freedom, money. Those are all good things. Of course, I'm not a hypocrite. I know I'm privileged and I know that those are very good things. However, you need to fall in love with building a system. You need to actually love sitting down, looking at statistics and saying, okay, I want to build that system. I want to optimize it here. I want to optimize it there and push it into profitability. You need to fall in love with that process, so you do it forever, because as soon as you become profitable, you're going to drop the act. If you don't actually like it, you're going to say, okay, now I have profitable strategy. I don't need to look at my Excel sheet anymore. I don't need to journal. I don't need to backtest. I don't need to do all these things. I just have a profitable strategy. I want to trade it. This is what I love. I love the money from trading, and you'll drop it. And at some point this will hurt you. But if you fall in love with building a system, even when you're profitable, you'll do it. You'll optimize, you'll look at the system, you'll look at your data, you'll try to understand your mistakes because you love building and fixing systems. Okay? I said it once in a quote on Twitter. I, of course, copied it from somewhere, I don't know where. I said, the man who loves the walk will always walk further than the man who loves the destination. So if you reach a destination that you already planned to reach, you're going to stop there. But the person who loves walking will reach the destination and he will keep walking because he loves walking. So you need to fall in love with building a system. And on that note, I will be ending this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. If you want to contact me personally, feel free to do so on Instagram in my DMs, or attend my Q&A sessions or all that. The link will be in the description. Good luck, guys, and have a great day.